When watching this video, please listen very carefully to what the man of God is saying. Watch.
We blame the whites for the slave trade we went through. We blame the whites that they offended us. They took us as slaves. But let's wait for a minute. Who sold the black man to the whites? Who sold the black man to the whites? Our own traditional leaders. The enemy is not outside. The enemy is within. If we are asking the Europeans to pacify us and also to apologize to us, our traditional leaders must be the first to apologize on behalf of their ancestors for the evil they have done against their fellow blacks. Look at our attitude towards the environment and the destruction of our water bodies. All our river bodies have turned into dark brown. And you know what they said? In the next 20 years, if we don't stop this illegal mining, Ghana, we will import water to drink. Yet we don't care. And Chinese, they will come from their country into our forest, destroy our forest, destroy our land, and illegally mine and damage our waters. How can they come if the traditional leaders didn't give them permission to do that? And in one instance, while they were dead, our military went there to protect them. Our own military that is supposed to protect us rather protected the foreigners to destroy our water and destroy our forest. The enemy is not outside, the enemy is within. If you look at our own systems and structures in our country, we don't have a better system to improve the lives of people. Pastor, I was surprised when I read in China, they had a 10-year vision, and they said from 2011, their vision was that in 10 years from 2011, and 10 years from 2011 will be what year? This year, 2021, that they will raise over 20% of the people to become multi-millionaires. Now in 2021, they have 1.8 million Chinese who are multi-millionaires in China, and they are between the age of 40 to 50 years. Multi-millionaires. The government intentionally decided that they would make sure they will have 20% of the population multi-millionaires. They also agreed that they will make sure that they will lift up the poorest of the poor, and they lifted 100 million people from begging to live a better life. But in this country, in our country, we fight our own businessmen. Our government will fight our business people. When they know that your business is thriving, and they know that perhaps you are not sympathetic towards the running party or the ruling party, they will fight you, collapse your company, and make you poor. When in China, they want to make the people rich. In Africa, we want to make our own people poor. The enemy is not outside. The enemy is within.
So you've heard what the man of God has said. He mentioned about slavery, and he said that we Africans are insisting that the Europeans issue an apology for what they did to us. I think they should issue an apology for what they did, because the Europeans did a lot of things in Africa. They did a lot of bad things to African people. And the least they could do is an apology. The millions of people killed by King Leopold in the Congos, that alone is ground for Africa to ask for this apology. The Europeans came in with their guns, and they looted and they destroyed Africa. Not just about the slavery part. There are other crimes committed by the colonizers. And the number or the degree at which slavery was done in Africa was written by the West. They wrote everything that we are now reading. They wrote the history on slavery. If the number of people killed in Congo is in the millions, and this history was documented by the West, what did they leave out? But then again, I am someone who doesn't like to play the victim card. So I do believe that we, the Africans, share part of the blames. We cannot entirely blame the West. So we must also take responsibilities for what we did. Secondly, Africa must learn to rise up. Africa must learn to meet up with the challenging time. Africans must learn to protect their homeland. Now, he mentioned about Chinese doing a lot of illegal mining in Ghana and destroying the waters around Ghana. And that is true. They are not just only in Ghana, they are all over Africa. We Africans have little or no regard for ourselves, but we honor and worship foreigners. Foreigners come in and they have so much respect and so much right more than us, the nationals. Now, I need to point this out. Foreigners are an integral part of our society. No nation can fully function without foreigners. They play an important role in the growth and development of any country. But there must be rules and regulations that the foreigners must follow. They cannot just operate as they want. They must follow the rules and regulations of the country. I have been to China, like I said before, and there are certain things that foreigners cannot do. And even if they do, there are rules and regulations that govern the things that foreigners can do. The authorities applied those laws very, very strictly. So Africa must do the same. All the illegal mining should stop because I know that they can only mine illegally because our security forces or our political elite allow them to do that. Maybe, maybe they have given them some red envelopes allegedly. That is why the leaders or the security forces are giving a blind eye. But we must all wake up and see the handwriting on the wall. We cannot let them carry out their illegal activities. Rules must be put in place to make sure that everything goes accordingly. So, my brothers and sisters in Africa, share your thoughts with us in the comment section. How has the Chinese activities in your country impacted the country, positively or negatively? Please share your thoughts and opinions with us in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.